Stephen A. is in the building, got his cowboy hat on, ready to troll these fans. Or maybe hug them. You never know.
Honest,
We're gonna.
He walked over there early to take
did.
a picture with a cowboy baby. That baby ain't won't take no picture. He knew. He knew how much hate Stephen A. had for him.
You never know. You never know. He might switch it up on him. Good to be here. Stephen A's getting himself together.
What is he?
Swag's here. Jason, whatever you were just eating, Swag, that looked good. You had asparagus on that plate and everything, bro. Proper vegetables.
I'm working on this figure, cuz. I'm finna get slim.
Jason, Ryan, I'm Scott Van Pelt. You know what's coming. And what's coming, we presume, are probably a bunch of points. This Dallas offense has been cooking this year. They ping-pong back and forth. They have not won or lost consecutive games this year. Yeah, we're going to talk Dak, but Jason, your point of emphasis here in the storyline is that run game.
This offense functions so much better when the ground game is working with Schottenheimer, and it really runs through the two Tylers, the two guards, Tyler Smith and Tyler Booker. Right here, you're going to see just a zone concept to the left, a nice scoop play by the center left guard. Tyler Smith puts it on the center, gets to the backer. A great job by the receiver digging the safety out, and then it's one-on-one with the corner. It's always going to come down to one guy. Javonte Williams gives them the business. Then we're going to see another nice combo block here between the center and left guard. They handled the movement against Washington really well, which these zone concepts have a tendency. Tom Smith reacts, puts it on top of the center, climbs, and again, teams want to play a shell against Dallas. They have so much firepower out wide. You make them defend the run, and you get explosive plays like this by Javonte. Now you're going to see his zone concepts to the right. Tyler Booker, the rookie, against one of the best run defenses in the NFL. Great job scooping the nose guard, but then he has, what I like is the finish. How do you block at the second level? My man is holding his butt off, but I don't care. He blocks it 15 yards down. You need a night out of that for Dallas.
I love you talking about the run game, JK, because this is when Dak, to me, operates at the highest level out of the play action with a simulation of run. Look how this holds this defensive line, and everybody else is late. You get a chance for CD to create separation across the field. This is that Denver's defense who gets after you when you stand in the center of the pocket. Off the run look, they pause. Going back to the Washington game, similar situation. He shows it. Look at the time to throw, 3.97. That's a lifetime for a quarterback in the NFL. If you're worth any of your salt, again, find CD on those over routes. They take longer to materialize. Play action gives them the ability.
Trey McBride didn't get to have a game on National Tight Ends Day, so happy belated National Tight Ends Day. And your gift is Jacoby Brissett is starting. He hit him with the A-gift in the middle of the field. Jacoby Brissett right on the mark. 18 catches, 146 yards, and 3 tutties in both of Jacoby Brissett's starts. Now, you're going to see it's a simple crosser. We're going to run everybody off. Jacoby ain't looking for nobody else. You think he want to tackle? No. Business decision by Nate Hobbs. And it's okay. We can run routes too. Here we're going to have a scissors concept. Now, he knows if he goes over the quarters defender, he's going to be pushed into the safety. So he goes outside because he's slick. Then he holds the hand up because he's always open. Trey McBride, Jacoby Brissett, another goal this night.
Yeah, they've been excellent together. They've been competitive. We'll talk a bunch about these close losses for Arizona. Almost impossible to do what they've done, lose these 5 in a row, all by 4 or fewer. But McBride's going to give them a chance, and they figure to be able to score against this Cowboys defense, which has been woeful. In fact, they're last in the league by a handful of metrics, including passing touchdowns, yard per dropback. This is a big one. 3rd down conversion rate, 20-yard plays. The list goes on and on and on, but you get the point. Dak Prescott asked this week if a trade might help. He said it's something I'm not going to shy away from. We welcome in NFL senior insider Adam Schefter. And Adam, we know you're going to be busy. You're always busy, but with the trade deadline coming, that really ramps up. Might Dallas be making a move in some direction?
Well, Jerry Jones told Sirius Radio today that he did expect to have a trade done by tomorrow. Obviously, the Dallas Cowboys looking for some defensive help. So that is the expectation that by 4 o'clock Eastern on Tuesday, the deadline, the Cowboys will be able to pull off at least one trade. They're having discussions about other deals, but Dallas is in the market to upgrade that defense. And one way they'll upgrade the defense, of course, is with the return of Demarion Overshown, who returned to practice last month. They're still hoping to get him back from a devastating knee injury, ACL, MCL, PCL, but was back at practice, and they're still hoping that he'll be able to return and help out this defense this season. Then, of course, in their division, the Philadelphia Eagles did get help today before the deadline, trading a third-round pick to Miami for Jalen Phillips, who reunites with the Eagles defensive coordinator Vic Fangio, who he worked with in Miami. It was the third trade the Eagles have pulled off within the last week, also adding 2 cornerbacks, Jair Alexander and Michael Carter. Meanwhile, the Los Angeles Chargers lost Joe Alt to season-ending surgery on his ankle. He needs tightrope surgery. He is expected back for the start of the season next year, Scott, but that means the Chargers now have lost Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater. There are not many teams that could survive the loss of 2 dominant tackles like that. And the Green Bay Packers lost their tight end, Tucker Kraft, who's celebrating his 25th birthday today. Not the type of celebration he'd like. Tests confirmed that he did, in fact, tear his ACL during the game yesterday. He had developed into one of the best, if not the best, tight end in football. He's now lost for the season. That is a major loss for the Green Bay passing game, running game, and overall atmosphere there in Green Bay, Scott.
That's well said. It's such a bummer. He was a guest on SportsCenter after their game in Pittsburgh, where on National Tight Ends Day, he was the very best of a great group of tight ends across the league. We certainly send our best to him. Biggest reason for the Dallas success on offense this year, Dak Prescott. He has played the quarterback position as well as anyone in the NFL. In fact, the total QBR metric says he's better than anyone at nearly 80. For some perspective, last year Josh Allen led the National Football League in total QBR just under 75, and he was recognized as the league MVP. For more perspective here, we're high atop this beautiful stadium, Ryan. We did this, I believe it was last year. Let's run it back again. What do you got for me?
Hey, SVP, man, I'm at the top of the world. I mean, at least I'm at the top of Jerry's world, and so is Dak Prescott. And we've always known him by those 3 letters, D-A-K. But sometimes this year he's looked like the MVP. So here you're going to see an all-go special to Jake Ferguson. And what Dak Prescott wants to do is manipulate the middle of the field safety, Lathan Ransom. And what's going to happen here is we're going to get a go and a straight seam by Jake Ferguson. And we're going to get the same thing on the other side by Jalen Tolbert. And Dak Prescott wants to be able to move Lathan Ransom with his eyes and then get the football back to Jake Ferguson. Now here's the most important part of the play. He can see right here that Jake Ferguson is about to clear the underneath coverage, and he has to have done his job on the middle of the field safety by using his eyes, and it's going to take a pinpoint accurate throw from Dak Prescott to seal the deal and get the Dallas Cowboys a touchdown. And as he's been so many other times this season, he's right on point. And we're going to get something similar here when he's going to have to manipulate Evan Williams, the middle of the field safety of the Green Bay Packers. Now, this is a very simple route. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. If you have press coverage on George Pickens, you want to attack that coverage with an outside release, and he's going to give Dak Prescott just enough room down the sideline to fit this football in. But watch his eyes after the snap right at Evan Williams. Now, as soon as he gets to George Pickens, he releases that ball, and look at the arc and the opportunity for George Pickens to go up and make a catch on the 50-50 ball. You're going to get the same thing here from CeeDee Lamb. It looks like a simple press coverage from Deonte Banks, but the Giants had a little trick up their sleeve. They're going to drop the backer out and try to get a double on CeeDee Lamb, as CeeDee Lamb is attempting to catch this deep crosser down the field. Now let's get Dak Prescott's perspective. I mean, I can't play no quarterback, but I at least know how this is supposed to look. Here, watch the double. It takes place immediately. So Dak Prescott has a decision to make. Do I still try to get the ball to my number 1 receiver, CeeDee Lamb, and do I believe in him enough that he can get on top of Bobby O and in between Deonte Banks and go up to catch this football? Here we go. We talked about pinpoint accuracy on the pass from Jake to Jake Ferguson. Watch this catch. Watch this location. This is exactly where this football has to be to complete it. Both of these defenders are left wanting in hopes of being able to catch this ball. And again, CeeDee Lamb rises up and makes the play. Like I've said, Dak Prescott has played like an MVP this season, Scott, and he's going to need every bit of that tonight to top the Arizona Cardinals. Now back.
Number of Cardinals wearing Cardinals Climb t-shirts tonight as they warm up. Franchise recently launched the community initiative, which is 100% focused on supporting special needs, a season-long fundraising effort culminating February 21st at State Farm Stadium. Visit cardinalsclimb.com for more information. Time now for team reports, Arizona and Dallas. We begin with Arizona. Laura Rutledge on a story with a number of layers. That's starting quarterback Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, absolutely, Scott. There's a lot going on here, right? Let's start with the latest news, which is that moments ago, Kyler Murray officially inactive for this game. The reason why that's notable is because there had been some chatter about maybe him having a role tonight if he would have been active. They didn't know right up until close to the game whether or not they would do that. Obviously, that's not the direction they were going. And this kills Kyler to not be able to play in this stadium. He grew up, of course, 41 miles away from here in Allen, Texas. He told me earlier he wanted to play in this game so bad, but that foot really is bothering him and takes him out of the type of game that he wants to play. They feel very confident in Jacoby Brissett, who will be the starting quarterback for the Cardinals tonight. Jacoby, I just visited with, and he's saying he's really starting to get more comfortable in this offense. He's still kind of learning it on the fly, but had some familiarity from when he was with Cleveland with some of the staff. And he said it's starting to become a little bit more second nature, but he's still trying to learn from his playmakers, telling me specifically with Marvin Harrison Jr., trying to get him a little bit more involved, asking him what he needs from the quarterback and saying that there are no stupid questions in preparing for this offense and what they're going to do tonight against Dallas. Now let's go to Lisa Salters with more on the Cowboys.
Hey, Laura. Well, for everything that has gone wrong with the Cowboys defense this season, so much is going right on the other side of the ball. Dak Prescott entered the week leading the league in QBR with 16 touchdowns against just 5 interceptions. Running back Javonte Williams has seen a resurgence in his career after joining Dallas this season. He entered the week 4th in the league in rushing yards, and his 8 touchdowns are already more than he had in Denver the last 2 years combined. And then there's George Pickens, who some thought might not be a good fit alongside CeeDee Lamb, something Lamb told me he thought was just crazy. Pickens stepped up big time while CeeDee was out with an ankle injury, and he entered the week 3rd in the league in receiving yards. This is a contract year for George Pickens. So the Cowboys, they have some decisions to make, but Dak Prescott has already made his wishes clear. He wants Pickens to stay in Dallas, and he said he's willing to do what he can to make that happen. We definitely want to keep him, Prescott said. If they need to alter my contract, whatever they need to do to create some space for Pickens, I'm ready to do that. Scott, players do not say that every day.
No, you don't mess with somebody's money unless you think the bottom line is improved by somebody's presence. Great reports from both Lisa and Laura. Thank you very much. Look forward to the call on the game, and if you look forward to the highlights, no better place than NFL Primetime